Hi, everybody. It's Friday, and I know I usually come on live on Wednesdays only, but for the last month or so, I've been coming on Fridays just to show a technique. And it just so happens that today I have a few announcements to make in addition to showing you this fun technique. This is just a fun card background technique, or, just a technique that I enjoy doing. So, I want to show you how I did this. In the meantime, let me start with my announcements. Now, I showed this on Wednesday already, so fast forward if you already saw it. But the gnomes for autumns is the special for August, September, and this paper pack is very cool. It will, once it's sold out, it's sold out. It won't be reordered. And I'm a little concerned about this cool die cut set right here. It's $30 for the die cuts, and basically it cuts all the parts and pieces out for this cute little gnome. And so I think it's going to be quite popular, and I do not think it will last the full 2 months. I just don't. But everything else, and it's unlikely, I think, that it will sell out. But, just something to keep in mind as this special takes place. Also note that it said gnomes for autumn, and I think we're expecting one for every season. So be prepared for more in different seasons as this essentials catalog moves through the year. Okay, so I'm really excited to show you this and kind of talk about close to my heart as we go. So basically what I did was I just cut White Daisy down into some card size panels, and there's some just so that I would have them to work with. And what I'm gonna do today is use a fan brush to brush ink across my cards. That's the basic thing, right? So here I used Seabrook and Glacier and Sage. And I want to show you fan brushes, or maybe something you don't have in your stash. Hi, JJ. So I bought this inexpensive fan brush. I think I got it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something. But you'll notice that this fan brush is very thin. It's thin and narrow. So when I get it wet in my water here and tap it off, this is what happens. And it starts looking kind of like, almost like leaf tips. And so when you use it, you get those kind of straggly looking lines. See, you can kind of see how you'll get like a line that isn't a solid. And sometimes that's a cool look. But if you get a really inexpensive fan brush, this is what happens. This is a medium fan brush. It's not the best quality. It's the okay quality. And it's an old close to my heart one. And it's much thicker. It has a lot more bristles to it. And it does the same thing, but it does not quite as severely. And so it's easier to get that nice, it's kind of easier to get that nice look when you brush it across. Now, if you really just want a solid, just use a regular brush. I mean, you're using a fan brush because it gives you the streaks, okay? So I'm going to do a few of these, and basically not a new technique, right? This is something I've shown you multiple times. I'm going to move this over so I have a little more of my all-purpose mat showing. I have Sundance ink. And I'm just going to put some ink on my all-purpose mat. Now you could just squish. I'll show you that on the next color. How's that? So I'm going to take my, a piece of my cardstock, and I'm going to get my fan brush wet, but I don't want it like crazy dripping wet, right? I want to tap it off a little bit on the side. And then I'm going to run it through my ink and run it across my paper. Run it through my ink and run it across my paper. Now, this gets you that striation that looks so cool, right? And if I used a more expensive fan brush, the striations would just be smaller. So there's Sundance. Okay, so I've got a paper towel here. I'm just gonna wipe that off. And then I'm going to grab my paprika. Now this one, let me just squeeze the ink pad. And you know what happens when you do that is, you know, it puts that ink into your lid. So let's do it that way. I'm going to tap off my water. And I'm going to pick up ink. See how I did that? And I'm not pushing real hard. Now, if I add a little more water, it makes it, you know, a lot juicier looking, right? I don't know if that's the right word, but, and it will fill in your space a little more. So I'm just gonna do that, fill my brush, and put that color across, and then rinse. And I am gonna use my paper towel to kind of wipe that out. I don't want water getting into my actual ink pad and diluting that down, right? And the third color I'm going to use is Scarlet. Let's do that same thing. Anyway, so one of the announcements that was made this week that has been really heartbreaking for us as consultants is that Christina Livingstone from Close to My Heart has decided to move back to New York to be near her family. And so she has left Close to My Heart. Now, just like when Jill left, you know, she's still you know, going to be doing some things behind the scenes, maybe some things you don't see out as often, or maybe she'll be helping with some of the educational events or something. But what happened was her father recently died, and her family is small, and she felt the need to be home, and she's from New York, and so she just felt that need to be closer to family. And so that is what happened. It wasn't like, you know, they got rid of her or anything. But we liked her as consultants. We liked her because she is somebody who used to be a consultant herself. So anyway, so here's one that I have that's dry. Now, this one I could hit it with my, you know, heat gun and dry it, and it would work just fine for what, you know, I want to use it for. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. Anyway, so that was sort of a sad thing. You guys might know Christina because she has done a lot of the public training programs and stuff, like on Facebook Live and stuff. She's the blonde that is always joking around and smiley, and she's hilarious. I've only met her once in person, but it was a long time ago. But, you know, so sad. Anyway, so this one's almost dry. This one's totally dry. I did this one just with paprika. And then, of course, I have this one that I did with the 3 other colors. I think I want to do one in shortbread also. So I'm Gonna take that, squish, squish, squish. So that's sort of a sad thing. But I'm happy that she's able to help out her family and stuff. I mean, she moved about 7 years ago from New York. And there's a lot of you who are like, she's amazing. I get a lot of messages about Christina, so I know you know who she is. I want that a little darker. Gotta use a lot of ink when you're doing this technique here. So, there. Okay. Another, this is a very weird announcement. I just felt like I needed to tell you guys, because all the shortages and weird things that have been happening are so, gosh, it's so weird to see them out of stock on things. But they are really changing their philosophy and just trying to make their company more financially stable. They've always been a company that has not ever gone in debt, and so that is something that they take pride in. And with all the supply issues and all the weird stuff that's happening, it just makes it has that feel of, is there something wrong, right? Anyway, so I was laughing because the catalog has only been active for a little while, and the Hey There, that little scarecrow stamp, went, let me see if I can find it for you. The little scarecrow stamp went onto back order, and I'm like, we're not even into fall. We don't even have that many people who are snatching up this cute little scarecrow stamp. What happened? And they announced this week that it was like this weird perfect storm, but they had this in their automation attempts to get everything automated and stuff. I'm gonna use this cute pumpkin. This is the set that I'm using right here. It is called Cozy Up Card Making. Anyway, in all their automation, what happened, they received all this boxes and boxes of new products, and then they misplaced a box that had all these scarecrow stamps in them, and they didn't realize it, and their automated system triggered a reorder, and so they reordered this new system, or the new system caused them to reorder all these scarecrows, and now they have like double the amount of scarecrows. So that one, I was so worried about it truly selling out. Look at that. I just stamped that in plain black ink across my little stripes. Now, where'd my scissors go? Sorry, I gotta find my scissors. I could go ahead and die cut this, but it's pretty fast to cut out. Anyway, so now they have all these scarecrows in stock. So, and I love that set. I really am using it for a lot of stuff. My VIP cards this month, I'm using that set. So this is a cool way to color your images. Here's one I did earlier, and then you can use them on a card front, which I think is really cool. I cut a long one from this one, and I used the die cut for that one. This one, I just want to use the word hello from this set. It's up at the top. Is that on camera? I hope it is there. Right there. I just think it's so cute. Anyway, what else? What else is new? I had a question on Wednesday. I think it was Heather that asked me if close to my heart was planning on keeping their products for a full year like they have in the past. And the answer to that is no, probably not, because they're really trying to reduce the inventory, but they are making every attempt to keep everything in stock through the catalog cycle. That's their goal. So I'm just gonna cut that. Isn't that neat? Now see, even if you don't have the cardstock colors or whatever, if you have a lot of different colors of ink, you can make all kinds of cool things. The other one I wanted to try, I've never even opened it yet, is this fun Cozy Up Scrapbooking, this book. I thought that would be a pain to color. I'm not a big, you know, every now and then I'm like, okay, I'm in the coloring mood. I will sit and color with markers and pencils, and I enjoy it. But when I'm in a hurry or I'm in the middle of making a scrapbook page or something, I prefer to do all of this stuff kind of separately, you know, separate, and then have it all ready. I don't like to try to color in the middle of working on a page or something. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure all the stamp oils and all the stuff from manufacturing is off of it so that it takes the ink well. So what's everybody doing today? Anything exciting going on? Because my husband and I have finally put up all the tile in our bathroom next door. And today is grout day. Yay! I know, see, like, my days are so exciting. So I really like the idea of making these books different colors like this. And you could make your stripes any colors you want. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. And then when we cut it out, and I have the die cuts, but like I said, there are some images that are just basic images to cut, and I tend to be fairly quick at cutting these out. So that would be so fun on a page, and or on the front of a card. Oh my gosh, I love it. So that's really cool. That's cool. I'm not going to use this today. I don't know why I'm still cutting it out, but I'm going to use the pumpkin set and make a card, and then we'll be done. But I just had to see that all done. Look at that. That is really neat. Now, if you are like me, I like a little detail or something, like you can use your white pens and, you know, add a little detail to these. And you could use your white and black inks like to make page lines or whatever you want. I mean, this is really a cool thing. Like, you know, if you do this to the books with your pen, it makes it look like pages. And notice I'm not doing it all perfect, but it does make it look, you know, a little more real or whatever. Adds a little detail. I also really like adding like gold, like shimmer brush and stuff. So let's work on the pumpkins. I'll put this aside because I will definitely be using that again. The other one that I pulled out that I thought would be fun is this set. This is the seasonal goodie baskets, and wouldn't it be neat to have like you could just, I don't want to color that flower, that floral image. I do not want to color those pumpkins in all detailed. So I mean, I've cut a whole bunch of extras already, but just imagine you could make your basket, you know, a stripe of color. Cool. Okay. So I went ahead and made a paprika card base because that's our color that we're using. And then I grabbed that Gnomes for All Season paper. And one side is gnomes, right? So I could do the gnomes. And the other side is leaves and pumpkins and mushrooms. So what I can only see part of your, I'm going to scoot my camera over so I can see your message, JJ. Oh, that's a great idea. You know, there are, I'm an oncology nurse, and so we have patients who have, you know, grandchildren and stuff who will fill out the forms to be able to get paid by the state to take care of their parents. And it's a great program, and it saves a lot of money. There we go, just like that. Isn't that neat? So pretty. I really love this hello, and I have a little, I have just a tiny bit of shimmer. Oh, you know what? I want to do one more thing. I feel like I need a little grass down here, so I just want to show you one more thing. This is limeade. This is a new color. I've never used it, so I'm going to use it out of the lid, and I'm going to grab my brush. I have like a pile of stuff here. Okay, I'm going to grab my brush and get it wet in my water here. And this time, instead of making it all wet and sloppy, I'm just gonna drag the tip through a little bit. Just the tip is green. You can see that, I hope. And I'm just going to pat color on like grass just a little bit. So that limeade color is perfect for this because limeade is the green that is making up the like tendrils, or you know, on the pumpkins and the stems of the flowers and stuff. Okay, there's my new limeade pad. Boy, I really like that color. That's a nice color. Okay, so there's that. Now, let that dry a sec. I want to get this ready. I have melon shimmer trim that is left over from our special. And basically, I like to use liquid glue whenever I use shimmer trim or glitter because it just seems like it attaches better. And I'm just going to put this down on there. I just want to make like a little edge. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. So I have this, and now I'm going to use my gold shimmer brush, and I'm just going to go over the letters. I don't know why I love this gold so much. It's not like a in-your-face gold, but it shimmers gold, and I like how it looks. I hope you can see the shimmer on that. And then I have a couple, the pumpkin I cut out from here, and I have the pumpkin I cut out earlier, or I could do the pumpkin here. But basically what I did is I did the gold shimmer brush on the pumpkin, just to around the edges. The reason I'm using gold instead of clear is I really like that warmth, and I put it up on the stem too. So I just love how it looks. Now, earlier to prep, just so you wouldn't watch me do that, this is that swoop of scarlet. And then this is a swoop of mocha. So scarlet and mocha. And I just paper pieced that together. I cut out the little snail. And these are mocha and toffee. And I stamped it right on the line between the two colors so that the stem was like the bottom color and, you know, the top was a separate color. So if you really wanted to, you could do a swoop of red and a swoop of brown and stamp it right between the swoop like that, and you'd get the top as red and brown. So then you get red mushrooms. That's a cool idea. Not without paper piecing. That's nice. So I have all these parts and pieces here. I have my little grassy bottom, and so I'm just gonna put this together. So, how is your mom doing, JJ? I hadn't heard any update. Is she getting around the house okay? Is she... I took care of my mother for a little over 2 years before she died. My mom was crazy, like confused, and it was very hard. And she had to have somebody with her all the time. There was no leaving her alone for more than, you know, like I might run to the store and be gone about 20 minutes while she napped. That was about it. You had to be with her. So between me and my dad and then my sister coming home on weekends, she was never alone. And we, you know, what was really sad was she has a huge family, sisters and brothers and gobs of family, and they just vanished. It is really hard to take care of somebody. And it's like people don't know what to say or what to do, but they're busy. They're also very busy with their lives. And so you get it. I understand it. But at the same time, I was like, where are you? I could have used you for half an hour while I ran to the store or something. So yeah, that's my pet peeve about when you have sick people. And, you know, I saw it over and over again. With like cancer patients and stuff. It's just a common thing. Okay, I really like that. And I want to put my little snail on. I might use a little foam tape on him. Boy, that's a downer today, isn't it? You know what? My mom died when I was in my 30s. It's been over 20 years. And I honestly can say that it's taken me there are still days it bothers me, but I would say it took me about 15 years to get over losing my mother to the point where I didn't think about it like all the time and be ridiculous. I mean, like it's so, you don't realize how close you are to your mother. Okay, I love how this looks so much. Oh my gosh. So the little dots that I put on the top of the mushrooms is shimmer pen. And I put shimmer pen on the pumpkins, which you can see, and the snail, and that's gold shimmer. And then this is that melon glitter shimmer trim. It goes really good with all the fall colors. So if there's any left on the website and you guys, you know, are looking for just a little bit of shimmer trim or something, get the melon color. It really looks good. I love how this looks. I could add some dots, but I think I'm pretty much done. Okay, sorry for bringing you all down today. Seriously, that I had no intention of doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of in a good mood because I'm excited about getting my bathroom finished today. It's the only part of our house over here that we haven't done yet. It's driving me crazy. I'm ready to call my plumber and get all the shower working and everything. So that's on my agenda. And I'm out of town the next couple weekends, so. All right. Yay. Thanks for watching, and let me know how things go, JJ. I do care. So, woohoo. It's so much work. Ugh. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.